two young kids, desperate to bring their mother back to life, recklessly defied all risks and used the forbidden alchemy known as human transmutation. The moment they activated the transmutation circle, disaster struck. The younger brother's body shattered like paper, disappearing into thin air, while the older brother, by accident, was pulled into the realm of the gods. Before him appeared a shadowy figure claiming to be God. And then, as if by fate, the stone door behind him swung open. Black tendrils reached out and dragged Edward into the abyss. What followed were flashes of countless memories. In this mysterious realm, an overwhelming flood of knowledge surged into Edward's mind. In that instant, he grasped the ultimate truth of alchemy. But the price of such knowledge was steep. When he returned to the real world, his left leg was gone, and his brother's body was completely obliterated. To make matters worse, the mother they had transmuted wasn't the mother at all, but a twisted monster. They hadn't resurrected her. Instead, they'd lost his brother. Consumed by guilt, Edward didn't give up. He crawled to a nearby suit of armor, dripped his own blood onto it, and drew a transmutation circle. Without hesitation, he sacrificed his right arm to bring back his brother's soul. Ultimately, Alphonse's soul was sealed within the armor. News of their forbidden transmutation quickly spread to the military. A military officer came to investigate, staring at the transmutation circle in shock. "Are you two out of your minds?" he yelled. At that moment, Alphonse, from within the armor, kept apologizing, repeating, "I'm sorry." The officer couldn't believe his eyes. Two kids, so young, had managed to bind a soul to a suit of armor. Noticing Edward's incredible talent, the officer lowered his voice and suggested, "If you become state alchemists, you might gain access to the highest levels of alchemical research, and perhaps even find a way to restore your bodies." Those words lit a spark of hope in Edward's heart. No matter what, even if it cost him his life, he was determined to get his brother's body back. To pass the state alchemist exams, Edward equipped himself with a mechanical arm made of steel. After over a year of training, he had mastered its use. He went to the military and took the alchemist's test. When he slammed his hands onto the ground, without even needing to draw a transmutation circle, he effortlessly created a spear. Everyone was stunned. No one had ever seen anyone wield the law of equivalent exchange so easily. After passing numerous tests, Edward finally received his appointment as a state alchemist, and he became known as the Fullmetal Alchemist. 3 years later, a man named Zack, an alchemical hunter, appeared in the city. He was killing soldiers with his alchemy, sending the citizens into a state of panic. The president immediately sent Colonel Roy Mustang with Edward and Alphonse to capture him. One night, while Zack was committing his crimes, a spear suddenly flew through the air. Edward had blocked his attack. Then Alphonse, from behind, tried to ambush him. Despite their joint effort, Zack didn't seem to falter. More importantly, his alchemy had no effect on Edward's steel arm, making him realize that the man before him was none other than the infamous Fullmetal Alchemist. They couldn't afford to underestimate him. Zack then activated a transmutation circle he'd set up earlier, causing the water molecules in the air to instantly freeze. Seeing the overwhelming power, Edward asked Zack if he was using the Philosopher's Stone. Zack didn't answer. Then Alphonse leaped into the air to engage in battle with Zack. With a swift kick, Zack sent Alphonse flying, then turned the river into ice, creating a massive ice wall. He then began to climb it, seemingly intent on freezing the entire city. Edward quickly pursued, and the two began an alchemical battle. Zack turned the ice into boiling water, using the opportunity to strike Alphonse's helmet off. When he saw the empty armor, he mocked, "You used human transmutation? You violated the most sacred law of alchemy. This is the price you deserve." Fueled by anger, Edward rushed forward, and together, the brothers managed to knock Zack off the ice wall. In his final moments, Zack used his blood to create ice and stabbed Edward. With a mocking laugh, Zack said, "If you knew the true nature of this city, you would understand that what I've done is right." Just as the city was about to be encased in ice, Zack laughed and staggered off into the alley. Waiting for him was the president. The president swung his sword, aiming to duel him, but before Zack could even react, the president slashed and killed him in an instant. He fell into a pool of blood, and the Philosopher's Stone rolled out of his body, vanishing shortly after. Other alchemists quickly destroyed all of Zack's transmutation circles, averting the crisis. Meanwhile, in a blood-red castle, a mysterious and enchanting woman appeared, and a larger conspiracy was about to unfold.
始まるわよ。